Thank you so much, Mpho. Now, for many years, Zikhona Sodlaka has graced our television screens and movie theaters, playing an array of roles that many actors could only wish for. From playing the evil witch on Igazi and a mother with deep secrets on blood and water, to playing Nelson Mandela's mother in Long Walk to Freedom, her versatility shines through with every role. Her newest project has made viewers fall in love with her even more. She plays the role of Mandisa on popular Showmax series The Wife, a series inspired by award-winning author Dudu Busani Dube's Hlomu novel series. Now, fans are gushing over Mandisa and a street-smart ride-or-die, an edgy, rough diamond who has a crazy love relationship with Ngoba. Most importantly, fans have celebrated Zikhona for the brilliant acting she embodies in this role. Now, she joins us to tell us about playing Mandisa, as well as her elaborate acting journey, and perhaps some future prospects. A very good morning to you, Zikhona. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you taking the time out to be with us. As I mentioned in the intro, fans have really fallen in love with the role that you play of Mandisa. How easy was it for you to relate to that role and to pull it off so seamlessly?
Well, first, good morning and thank you for having me. But, I mean, as you would know, the book written by Sister Hlomu, the Wife, has a cult following. She has a cult following. Everybody who has read the book has fallen in love so intensely with the books that it's quite a pleasure to see South Africans in this light. South Africans fight for the characters that they know from the book as much as they do. I don't think I've actually ever seen it in my entire life, my entire career, where the audience knows the story so much that you have a responsibility to deliver it to them in the way that is close to what their imagination could be. And it was only an honor for me to then participate in something like this. Something so close to the hearts of the South Africans. That doesn't come along a lot in my career here in South Africa. So I jumped right in, crossing fingers that whoever Mandisa really is to the minds of the people who read the book, I will lean in very, very close to who she is. So I was betting on the screenplay, because it is a screenplay. It's adapted the book into the screenplay. And found who she was, and then the in-between moments. Our job is to do the in-between moments of what's written in the book and what's written in the screenplay.
I mean, you get it right so well. You know, as much as South Africans agree with the way you've leaned into the role, as you put it, but I think they also love the spin that you've put on it. You know, there's a lot of character, there's a lot of edginess, as I mentioned, within this role as well. How much of that just, you know, is something that comes naturally as somebody that's, you know, born from Mthatha, and it's just what you have inside of you?
It's the character. I wish I could say it's all me, genuinely. Look, I don't even have Mandisa's nails. Like, Mandisa's quite an elaborate person. Quite elaborate. I have natural hair. She has the opposite. Her makeup is a lot. She's loud. Everything about her is big. Her emotions are big. Her personality is big. She walks into the room. You see her. You feel her. You hear her. You will definitely hear her. If you don't hear her, you will see her. So with that comes a lot of, who is a person that's like that? It's my job to then figure out, how does a person get so elaborate? How does a person get so present and so loud? What caused Mandisa to be like that? It's not just like, yeah, people from Durban are like this, so I'm going to play this. Yeah, people from Tata are like this, I want to play like this. That doesn't exist. It's a human being, yes, influenced by her environment. But why do we meet Mandisa at this present moment where she's so adamant on being heard and then seen? And then all of that is what I'm just playing. Then people are finding it very interesting, because I think in the book, we meet her at aggression. She's highly aggressive about her emotions. And I was just like, but then how did she get there? Who is this girl? Who hurt you, Mandisa? Who hurt you, girl? So that's just what I get to do. And it's, I think Mandisa's the girl who always you could be.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Very relatable. she is. Let's speak about you, your life, you know, from going into business management, doing a diploma there, then you thought you'd go into computer programming. That thankfully didn't work out because now we get to enjoy you on screen. But let's talk about this wonderful, you know, transition and blossoming that you've had over the last couple of years or decade or so on screen in front of us. And now you're a mother as well. So just, you keep on upping the ante, really.
Thank you very much. Yeah, my career has, look, my career, when I say it, it's like it supersedes my age. I started so young and tender that when people were still enjoying their adolescence and they're like 20 years old, they were already watching me, and I was exactly that age. I was 20, not 19. And this is 16 years later, this is where I am. So my career has literally grown with me as I became a woman, a young adult into womanhood. I was already working. And now to my favorite role ever, which is motherhood, intense. But I've seen a really transitional career throughout the times, from playing the little girl to becoming whatever expression of like a young adult is in the South African climate, to, as you mentioned before, the international roles that I play ever so often here and there, like The Long Walk to Freedom, playing Mandela's mother at like 25 I was, and having to play a 70-year-old umama umdala. So it's been quite a pleasure, very tricky, as you can imagine, trying to map out a career, and the career mapping itself out for you sometimes gets a bit tricky, but you hang in there and you trust that your decisions and what fate has to offer for you will work out.
Now, while we are basking in the glory of Umandisa, there's no doubt something cooking in the back of your mind. Is there any chance that you could perhaps give us some insight as to what could be lying in store for you in the future?
A lot more in front of the camera, in other worlds as well. I mean, you touched on Blood and Water, which is on the other, I don't know if I can say it, but it's an international show on Netflix. And so it has opened up as much as I wanted it to open up, working in the rest of the world. I'm very interested in working in the rest of the world, but translating particularly African stories. The world has an appetite for that right now, telling African stories to the global stage. And there is something that's coming that was created by Yellowbone, which is called Blood Psalms, Yellowbone Productions. It's called Blood Psalms. It's basically, in a nutshell, a take on what Game of Thrones was, but the African version. So if you can imagine the United States of Africa, 11,000 years ago, everybody speaking every type of language. There's Swahili here, Xhosa here, Tswana here, Lingala here. That's what we've already shot last year, and it's coming out, and it's gonna take over the world, as it should. So excited about what that will do to the world, to see Africans do that, an epic from here by us. That's one of the things, and definitely, like, I'm trying to put together some of my shows, and in 2022, my first talk show that I've created will be on everybody's screens, whether it's the Palm or the telly, wherever you want to watch it.
That is really, really exciting news, Zikhona. Thank you so much for giving us that, and also for, you know, as much as you say the world is hungry for African stories, Africa's hungry for African stories. We want to see more of our stories played on the big screens as well. So it's an absolute pleasure that you took time out to come and talk to us. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. That is an award-winning television, film, and theatre actress, as well as TV host. Soon we'll be seeing that show, Zikhona Sodlaka, on your Weekend Report.